In this video, I will be discussing two solutions to helping you clear up space from your computer. The first one is using a simple disk cleanup, and the second one will be including a third-party software called WinDirStat. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. By the way, I'm doing everything on Windows 10, so if you're using another operating system, it might look a bit different, but the steps are generally the same. Starting with the first one, disk cleanup. All you have to do is go to your search bar and you type of course disk cleanup. It should pop up right there straight away. So you click on it, and over here you can see that you have to select the drive in which you want to clean up. So if you don't have space on your D drive, go ahead and click on your D drive. If you don't have space on your C drive, go ahead and do that as well. Okay, so click OK. So you'll do some scanning, blah blah blah, and then this window will pop up. And over here you can see that you can choose which files to clear. So usually I would clear the temporary files, the recycle bin. I would not really touch the rest of the folders, because one, you can see over here that downloads is also included, but depending I mean, if you don't need the stuff in your downloads folder, then please go ahead, but usually I don't do that . So after that, you can just click OK. This cleanup system files one, right, I would not recommend doing it. I mean, unless you know what you're doing. I'm just showing you a easy way to clear up space. You know, I'm not like a super expert in this kind of shit. But system files are obviously important and integral to the operations of your system, so I will not touch that at all. So I'll normally check temporary files and the default that they set for me. So then you click OK, delete files, and then it will take some time to do that. Okay, the thing about this method is that temporary files, all this, the amount of space it takes up on your system will vary greatly based on individual. So for example, if person A has been regularly cleaning up his system and clearing files, the amount of space that the temporary files take up might be only, you know, a few megabytes. On the other hand, if you have person B, who, let's say maybe his computer is like 10 years old and he has never done any sort of cleaning up, and you know, over the years these files have been accumulating in his computer. If this is the first time that you are clearing your temporary files, the size of these temporary files might go up to gigabytes of data. So by using this cleanup, it is not guaranteed that you'll clear up a lot of space, because again, it depends on how much storage space the data that you have is taking up. So if you have already used this cleanup and it doesn't actually clear a lot of space on your computer, that is where the second solution comes in, and it is a third-party software called WinDirStat. First, you just open up your browser and go to WinDirStat, and then you go to downloads, and then you will click on download over here, and then of course I just install it. Okay, once you have installed it, you see that it has automatically created a desktop shortcut, so just double click that to open it up. Now upon opening the application, you can see that it will prompt you to scan which disks. So again, similar to the disk cleanup application, you can select which disk you want to scan. Okay, so once you have selected, just let it do its thing. It might take a while, because what it is doing now is basically going through every single file on the disks that you have selected. Once that is done, you can see like sort of like a map over here with different colors. And so what WinDirStat actually does is that it is a tool to help you visualize how much space your files are taking up. So for example, if I click on this, I can see that oh okay, so this is Captain America Civil War, right? And then I can click this and I can see this is Grand Theft Auto. I did a recording of GTA 5, so that takes up some amount of space, and it is color coded also, so you know that, you know, for this red color is all under this folder. So how does this actually help you clear space? Well, it's very simple. Some of us, or rather many of us, like to watch movies or whatever on our computer, right? And sometimes we forget about these movies after watching them, and we leave the files there, and since we leave the files in the computer, it's taking up some space, and movies are usually a few gigabytes. So if you have a few movies, you can quickly see why these forgotten files can take up a huge amount of space. So these are not for movies only, obviously. This can extend to any file that you have forgotten that is in your system that you still have. It can be movies, it can be video games, it can be anything that you have forgotten about that is taking a huge amount of space. And by visualizing how much size each file takes up, you can find a culprit for which file is hogging up the most space. So for example, I did a recording on The Witcher 3 and it's taking up a significant amount of space on my PC, and I say, you know what, actually I don't need that recording anymore. I can just simply hit the delete key. Obviously I'm not going to delete because I still need the footage, but you can go ahead and hit the delete key on your computer to delete the file. Once you have deleted that file, the map will rearrange itself. So for example, this Captain America Civil War file is quite big because I mean, it's a freaking movie and it's taking up 35.2 gigabytes. So if I wanted to clear up 35.2 gigabytes of storage size, I can easily identify that that is taking up so much space and I can delete it. However, there is one warning or disclaimer that I would like to add for about this software. Because this software scans all of your files on that disk, it will also show system files. Please do not delete system files. As mentioned earlier, system files are essential to the operation of your operating system and of your computer in general. If you find a file that you are unsure of what it is and what it does, for example, I click on this gray color area and look at the files that it's showing me. CPR, I don't know what this is. Okay, it's under Max. But for example, if you don't know what this file is, please do not delete it, especially if it is taking up small amounts of space. Never mind, I will try that statement. If you are unsure of what that file does or what it is, please do not delete it regardless of how much space it is taking up. There are always alternative solutions to clear space or even get more space by buying an external hard drive. Do not delete system files. I repeat, do not delete system files. It might lead to your computer crashing or worse. Okay, so please do not delete files that you're unsure of what they do. So this is pretty much the video on how to clear up space. I hope that your space problems are over, I guess. But if you need space, yes, please go and purchase an external hard disk drive. They are not very expensive. You can just drop by to SimLim, although now it's circuit breaker, you can't do that, but I mean at least at the time of the recording. But if you do really need extra space, 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes of external hard drives are around like $50 plus minus. You can go and get them at SimLim Square. I hope that you have learned something in this video, and thank you for watching.